All right, I'm in Washington, D.C. I am going to explore, go find a place to have lunch, have some time to myself, and plan out our day tomorrow since we now have kind of a full day ish, like 8 to 10 hours to kind of run around and do nothing and explore DC before we have to head back home. So I'll keep you posted and you'll see more of that here. All right, I'm in Washington, D.C. I didn't know I was going to be here a week ago, but I got an email that told us that our visas were ready. And I thought that was the end of it. But actually, we had to get a sticker version of our visa put into our passport. So we found out we had to come to DC to do it. And I thought it would be fine. I could come and get both of ours while Josh was still working because yesterday was my last day. So I booked my flight and booked a hotel and then found out the next morning no, Josh needed to come, that we both had to be present in person. So we booked him a later flight so that he could get his taken care of tomorrow morning. I got here at 11, and according to online, the embassy closes at 1. So I got an Uber and rushed down here. It's really close to all the embassies are really close to the airport. And got down here and went to the front door and it was locked. I was like, no, please don't be locked. Like, I can't handle this. But I opened, someone came and opened the door. They saw me ringing the doorbell and kind of panicking and found out that there's like a side entrance to the embassy where the visas are taken care of. So I go in, I wait in my turn, I go up, I tell him, he's like, great, I'll take care of it for you, and takes both of our passports. Then he asks how I'm paying, and I said cash, and he told me they didn't accept cash. So I was able to go half mile down the road to the CVS and come back. And on my way back, I realized, oh, that's the Johns Hopkins University, like the Uzbekistan embassy is right next door to that. That's pretty cool. I always hear about that. There it is. And so I go in, paid with a little cashier check money order, and he handed me my passports back and I got both of ours. So Josh doesn't even need to come now, but he's going to because we already booked his flight and parking and all of that kind of stuff, and paid for our dog to be boarded and go to camp, as we call it.
First things first, can we take a moment to appreciate this incredible IHG room at the Holiday Inn Express downtown DC? I mean, look at these views. Nearly every wall is a window, and it's the perfect mix of cozy and functional. There's a fridge, microwave, and safe, plus a desk with a view and a perfect little reading chair nestled in the corner. Oh, and the bed, so comfy. Two of my favorite ways to explore any city are by foot and public transportation, and DC makes both super easy. The metro is simple to navigate, and from downtown, so many places are totally walkable. My first mission, oysters, naturally. I headed to Penn Quarter and stopped in for a late lunch at the Smith. Pro tip, order the mac and cheese, you'll thank me later. Since I was already in the area, I wandered into the Smithsonian American Art Museum because one of the best things about DC is that most museums are completely free and open to walk-ins. The SAM is massive, and it also houses the National Portrait Gallery featuring official portraits of all the United States presidents, starting with George Washington himself. With a few more hours to kill before Josh arrived, I strolled through Chinatown and made my way to the National Mall to see some of those iconic monuments I've read about my whole life. I looped from the Washington Monument all the way back to the Capitol building. It was humid, but such a refreshing change of scenery. Next stop, the U.S. Botanic Garden. I wish I had more time, but I got there about 30 minutes before closing, so I did a speed tour and soaked in as much as I could. After that, I was hot, sweaty, and ready for a reset, so I headed back to the hotel to shower, catch the sunset from our dreamy room, and binge watch a show with Uber Eats dessert in hand while waiting for Josh's flight to land around 9:30 p.m. The next morning, Josh and I grabbed coffee and smoothies at Joe and the Juice across from the hotel and hit the pavement again. Our first stop was the Kennedy Center, and then we took the scenic parkway along the water to the Lincoln Memorial. From there, we explored more museums along the National Mall. One hiccup, major bummer, we weren't able to get into the Air and Space Museum because it requires a timed entry pass in advance. Learn from our mistake and plan ahead. But we did get to visit the National Museum of Natural History, which totally made up for it. Before leaving the city, we made sure to squeeze in a meal at the iconic old Ebbitt Grill, and yes, you guessed it, more oysters. Our grand finale, 10. Yes, 10 flight delays, so we booked a last-minute hotel near the airport and caught an early flight the next morning. If you enjoyed exploring Washington, D.C. with us, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our international adventures.